Let's do a test and see how good this motivator coachability really is in college football 25. Honestly, before my experiment, this has been one of my favorite abilities, just the motivator where you get extra off-season training and then in season you get a little bit of a boost. But I think after watching this video, you might change your opinion. If y'all do enjoy the content, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all for watching. Go over to my Twitch and drop a follow over there. All right, so to do this test, we have 5 players we're going to focus on. We have a save file, and we're going to keep going back to that same exact save file, and we're going to advance just the off-season training. So we're just going to advance 1 week. Right now, we're currently at position change week. After we advance, we'll get the off-season training. And then from there, everyone, will get their player progression. Well, in the first 5 simulations, we're going to have motivator off. We're not going to have any motivator on our head coach, and we're going to have minimum motivator on our offense and defensive coordinators. In the next 5 runs, we're going to max out motivator for those same exact position groups, and our offense and coordinator will still have that bare minimum motivator, but our head coach will really have that motivator, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to compare the numbers and see who develops the best, the guys with motivator or without. You should think, obviously, the guys with motivator should develop better, but I don't think we'll actually see that. Let's see. Let's get right into it. All right, so let's go ahead and meet our 5 players that we're going to focus on in this video here, man. And we're going to start off with, they're pretty much all 4 and 5 star. They're all pretty good players here. There's going to be no slouches on this list. First guy's going to be Davis right here, who is a wide receiver, 78 overall. We're looking at that overall in the top right corner. He's going to be a 78 overall, and he's a sophomore. All these guys are going to be sophomore or redshirt freshmen, and this is their first year of all-season training. Some of these guys played during the season. We're just taking that overall right now. He has star development, and he also is a former 5-star receiver, and he could get much better for a receiver. Like, he could become a pretty good receiver here, and he's starting off as a 70 overall. Next, we have our guy Carl, who is going to be a left tackle here. He's an 80 overall. He obviously was our starting left tackle this past season. As a true freshman, he went up to an 80 overall, but another very good player. Star development, 5-star player. Skill caps could get a lot better here, man. And the goal here is to look at, like, once we're done all 10 simulations, to see who on average get to a higher overall. Next, we have a center, Jalen, who is a 69 overall center, but he's a former 5-star athlete. Star development, 5-star, good skill caps could get a lot better as well. Now we get to the D line. We have Colt with the crazy last name. He's going to be a 78 overall, another 5-star player with the elite development this time, and he also could get a lot better. And now our last guy is going to be a cornerback, and our cornerback here is going to be a Dom is a 77 overall. He's a slot corner. Wanted to make sure I did slot corner because he will have the best development and he can get to highest overall. It's cheaper for his attributes to go up. And he is a, 77 overall. He's a 4-star star development guy. So the only 4-star on this list. And with that being said, let's just go ahead and sim the first year. I already have the save file. Like I said, this first 5 simulations is going to be no motivator, so it's just off the simulation. And I'll go through the first one with y'all, and I have a Google Doc, a Google spreadsheet that I'll just be pitting everyone over new overall into that spreadsheet. So Davis, he went from a 78 to 80, so only a 2 overall increase for him. Our left tackle, he went up to a 81. For him, that's a 1 overall increase. Our center went up 3 overall, 69 to 72. Y'all kind of get the concept here that we're doing. Colt actually had a pretty good progression. Looks like he went up 6 overalls here up to an 84. He was a 78. Now, last guy, Dom, started off as the 77. He went up 5 overalls up to an 82. So I'm just going to go ahead and put them into our database. And then I'm not going to show y'all every single one because there's no point. I'll do the 5 and I'll get back to y'all when I'm done with the 5 and show y'all the stats. So we have done the first 5 simulations and we have everyone overall and we put it into an average. So this is, like I said, the spreadsheet. We have all 5 of our players. This is the no motivator for the head coach. I'll also show you my coordinators after this. And the starting overall, we have everyone starting overhaul. We have the first sim and then second, third, fourth, all the way to the 5 sims. And all this averages is just the average of all 5 simulations here, man. If you look at the formula, it's only 1 through 5. We didn't include the starting overall, obviously. So 1 through 5, and on average, the wide receiver literally went up 0.8 overall. Not good. Not good at all. The left tackle went up 0.6 over 2.6 overalls on average. Our center went up 4 overalls on average, which is actually pretty good. But you're able to see how much overalls everyone went up on average. And now all we have to do is just do the with motivator and compare the difference from with motivator and without. It's also worth showing y'all our coordinators just so y'all know. So this was our head coach. We're about to upgrade the motivator for him. But for our coordinators, bare minimum. He just has tier 1 for the offense when a player get drafted. Not very big of a deal. And then our defensive coordinator literally just have it unlocked, but he don't have any motivator actually upgraded. So now for our head coach, we have the motivator unlocked and then also upgraded. And here we're testing mainly that tier 3 ability, man. Y'all let me know if I should also test some of these, master motivator abilities. We could also do that as well. But here we're just testing the tier 3 is really the most important, where you get that off-season training boost here. So we're here to test that. We have it for the receivers, O-line, defensive backs, and then the D-line as well. Like I said, y'all just let me know if y'all want me to do this master motivator or any other coach ability, and I'll knock it out. All right, so our first simulation with motivator on our head coach. And let's just look quickly, and we won't show all of them. I'll skip through. But Davis is here up to a 79. Our left tackle is up to an 82. Our center 75, which is the higher side for him. That's the highest we ever seen him get. Colt is up to an 82 as well, and then our cornerback is up to an 85, which is the highest we've seen that cornerback get with the no motivator. And I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the end. I'm gonna do these simulations. I'm gonna show you the results. So we have completed all 10 simulations, 5 with no motivator, 5 with the motivator. And here's the results here, man. So one thing to note, we did see some guys hit essentially a new peak that we didn't see with the no motivator, especially the wide receiver. Like without the motivator, the max overall he was hitting here was like 80. Well, with the motivator, he got up to 83, and then on average, he got 1.4 higher in overall. His max overall, his average overall here was an 80.2. Without the motivator, it was a 78.8. So that's the difference, is 1.4. So at least with the wide receiver in this situation, the motivator was 1.4% overall better, whatever you want to call it. But with your left tackle, we moved in the wrong category. And you could argue that the sample size is not big enough here, but everything was controlled. That's one thing you cannot say. This wasn't a controlled experiment. It was a super controlled experiment. The sample size could have been a little bit bigger, but we did 5 here. Next time we might do 10. But with the left tackle, you see, having the motivator on average was worse. It was worse. 0.4 worse. And, I mean, that's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. That is even that close. When it comes to our center, our athlete center, he was a lot better when it comes to just overall going up with the motivator. 2.2 to be exact. His overall on average went up 2.2 more with the motivator. His max overall also reached a 77 compared to 75 with the no motivator. Then with our defensive end, our left end, Colt, on average, his overall was 0.2 higher, which is a good thing. And then lastly, Dom, who was our cornerback, his overall was also 0.4 worse, which is insane to see. So is the motivator worth it? What did we learn from this test? I almost want to say, it depends on what category, man. It really depends on what category and what position group it seems like, because there's no way that we should even see this. There's no way that we should have guys on average getting less overall with the motivator. That just makes no sense. So yes, I do think the motivator is still useful to have, but I don't think it's a complete game changer for some position groups. Now for center, wide receiver, D-line, it might be a game changer, especially with that athlete center. That was absolutely game changing at 2.2, but motivator is a complete must have. If you have it, if you go out your way to get it, cool, but I don't think it's, completely game changing when this is the potential for your overalls to be less. But obviously when you add in your assistant coaches, I'm sure this number would increase by a lot. If we did this next experiment and we did was able to get assistant coaches with max motivator, I'm sure this number will go up a lot. So that is something to keep in mind here. Other than that, if y'all enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. Feel free to go over to my Twitch, drop a follow, and let me know what experiment y'all want to see next.